Good evening. I hope I find you well. Say hello to Sacred Heart of Jesus. How are you, Sacred Heart of Jesus? Sweet Heart of Jesus, fount of love and mercy, today we come, thy blessing to implore. Oh, touch our hearts, so cold and so ungrateful, and make us love thee more and more each day. Sweetheart of Jesus, we implore. Oh, make us love thee more and more. Sweetheart of Jesus, make us pure and gentle, and teach us how to do thy blessed will, to follow close the print of thy dear footsteps. And when we fall, sweetheart, oh, love us still. Sweetheart of Jesus, we implore. Oh, make us love thee more and more. Now up there, Sacred Heart of Jesus, keep an eye on things. Say hello to our Blessed Mother. Lovely lady, dressed in blue, teach me how to pray. I see you have a couple. I have a good friend follow me there. You're most welcome. Now we sing that usual one. Bring flowers of the rarest, bring blossoms the fairest, from garden and woodland and hillside and dale. Our full hearts are swelling, our glad voices telling the praise of the loveliest flower of the vale. O Mary, we crown thee with blossoms today, Queen of the angels and Queen of the May. O Mary, we crown thee with blossoms today, Queen of the angels and Queen of the May. Oh God. That's it now. Sorry about that. I'll tell you about it when I'm talking. Now, O Mary, we crown thee with blossoms today, Queen of the angels and Queen of the May. O Mary, we crown thee with blossoms today, Queen of the angels and Queen of the May. Their lady they named thee, their mistress proclaimed thee. O grant that thy children on earth be as true, as long as the vale are radiant with flowers, as long as the veil shall keep its bright view. O Mary, we crown thee with blossoms today, Queen of the angels and Queen of the May. O Mary, we crown thee with blossoms today, Queen of the angels and Queen of the May. Well, how are you today? I hope things worked out all right for you. It's a beautiful day here. It's a lovely walk this morning after I doing the Station of the Cross and the Sun House and putting out the stuff for the birds earlier and keeping an eye. I nearly hadn't started the first deck of the Rosary or the Station of the Cross when I saw a crow and I ran him. It's extraordinary that they come around and they're not a bit welcome. And neither that or the magpie. I run them too. I have another few people looking. You're most welcome. So only was the grand walking, and I was walking along. I do the chaplet of mercy. I do the preparation for it, but it's usually for the innocent babies killed in the abortion and all the other items that I pray for that the killing of the killing of the vulnerable euthanasia, assisted suicide, and the destruction of the innocence of children. I do that on the way, and then I take a bit of a break at the ESB, but an individual in the car comes there. I don't know what the heck he lives down in a bungalow. It's weird. He just comes there, so I cleared off then and went further. And I had finished as I started the rosary and I normally do a decade at the ESB thing there and can rest on the gate. And off I went and did this and went up as far as where there used to be a pump where people got water years ago. They didn't have it in their homes. These pumps, and now it's obsolete, but it's still there. And it took me east there and said saying to Declan Rose, as I looked at the fields and the cattle and sheep and some of them, and some haven't been where to get the silage. And I saw, but as it was going up, the birds whistling. You swear to God, you had company with birds whistling on the way. It's lovely to see the cattle in the field and the sort of peace and tranquility. So, like, it was warm and I was dressed the way I am now. There's no point in I had a vest on there, I had to take it off there earlier on last week because it was getting warm. And so it's marvellous to be able to. It took me time, going up a bit of a hill that you're going up over the bridge where the railway used to come in. I remember the railway. It was disbanded in 1960. It used to come into Oldcastle and there was quite a few people working in the railway station and to deliver to the villages around. It's a great system and made sense. Pity this old Dr. Loftus, a Fianna Fáil bully, closed all the railway lines and no had the right to do so. They were put there. They didn't have to fork out for them, but that's a stupid sort of a thing that they did. Even the trams in Hoth. There was a great tourist attraction. They didn't seem to mountain up here to keep certain things. And the narrow gauge railway in Donegal, that was a great gift for people because you could travel in comfort and sit down, have a chat. It's terrible to see doing such things, but they were very much uninformed as far as I can see. And so, anyway, and then I was doing my prayers one thing and another, and I often pray that the universal language of Latin will come back again the way it was, with churches packed and confessions packed on a Saturday. They changed all that, which was the most stupid thing you could do. You just wonder what the kind of evil people in the Vatican that implemented this, and churches emptied and a lot of them closed, and not enough people going. And then they tried to ban the Latin Mass. They seem to be kind of stupid or something. It should be promoted. And I hope this new Pope, when he stops gallivanting and going around, just concentrate on bringing back these great gifts that we had. and promoting them more than they were, because that's where you have the vocations and the priest facing the tabernacle, not turning his back on it. But these are the great gifts, and we'll be, when we have our Christian TV station, we'll be saying Mass in the universal language of Latin with the priest facing the church. And we'll have rosary and benediction, and people will receive Holy Communion kneeling at the altar rails, or kneelers as the case might be. There'll be none of this business of standing with your paw out. And we'll have rosary and benediction. We'll have men's and women's sodalities. So once a week, you know, the way it was years ago was that every fortnight there was the men's sodality or the women's sodality. So the men's sodalities took place every month, and the women's sodalities took place every month. But it was every fortnight there was a sodality on a Sunday night usually in the church, and they were packed. And then you had missions. We haven't had missions where I live here in Newcastle for the past 25 years since I've been here. One mission, and there were lay missioners. I mean, that's disgraceful. There should be a mission every year to strengthen the faith of the people. That's something we'll be promoting, and we'll have missions in our studio and all the rest of us, and we'll be paying respect to all our ancestors that suffered grievously in the penal times. Over 1 million of our brothers and sisters dying of starvation when the potato crop failed. They had no money to buy anything. God help them. They're all up in heaven, of course, and then they were persecuted for the faith. So we'll have memorials, and we'll have a mass rock in the TV studio as a memorial. We'll have a room dedicated to our ancestors that suffered so grievously. Yeah. Oh, we've a lot to do. Please God, will come now sooner than later. So bye now, and enjoy the rest of your evening. It's lovely to see the buttercups and um, the bluebells and the buttercup and the daisies in the garden. I just love to see them. When we were young, we used to make daisy chains and hang around our neck. Were happy days. We did all these things. You don't do that like that now. The poor devils gawking at their laptops, or not laptops, phones. So there you are. So you enjoy the rest of your evening. I had to close the curtains there because it gets too warm. And just because I'd say it was 26 degrees today, could you believe it? Yeah. Bye now.